What's cracking, trainers? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon GO Battle League content. In today's video, we're memeing trainers. You thought you could escape it. You thought by playing in a non-1500 CP format that you could escape it. The pink nightmare? You thought wrong, trainers. Wigglytuff has ascended, I should say, to the Ultra League at the hands of a good friend of mine, Youngster Brain, who sent in these games in the first Ultra League rotation while he was climbing to rank 20. And instead of brushing them aside as prior to rank 20 battles, I said, no, I don't care what happens in these games. I'm going to cast them. And so here we are in an Ultra League rotation where this thing could be relevant. And if you want to play this team, I mean, it looks solid enough. If it's got Wigglytuff, you can change the Wigglytuff for something a little bit more normal. But Lapras on the lead with that Legacy Ice Beam requiring an Elite TM if you don't have it. Or you could run Skull Bash, either way, honestly. But Lapras is a super neutral, very bulky pick in the Ultra League. And Armored Mewtwo. Please bring Armored Mewtwo back to the game. Scopely, please just do it. People want it. You have any idea how much money you would make. Anyway, my demented rantings aside, we're going to check out this gameplay with Youngster Brain going into the Ultra League with his Wigglytuff of Doom. Here we go. First game, we got Lapras on the lead against the Feraligatr. This is a pretty neutral matchup. Both of them doing neutral fast move pressure. Where for the hell, huh? That is a Runerigus. That just swapped in on the Lapras. Lapras is going to be able to fire off a very fast, sparkling Aria. The opponent going to be putting up a Protect Shield, and in comes the Wigglytuff. Mr. Wigglesworth at your service. And he comes. All right, Icy Wind is going to be the move of choice here. The opponent, however, going to get to a second Rock Tomb before Wigglytuff can fire off a moves. Charm does get energy a little bit better than it did previously in other seasons, but still not going to be that great. But the opponent going to be able to swap in that Feraligatr. Now they're going to be able to take some debuffed energy on the Feraligatr. Brain, stop rebooting mid-sentence. My goodness. Just in time, Youngster Brain's going to be able to swap in the Lapras to be able to catch the energy. The opponent doing resisted damage all over the place here, unless they're running Crunch, which they might. I've seen them run Crunch. I truly have, and I always need them to not run it when they have it. But Lapras is going to be able to fire off a move here, looking to go for the Sparkling Aria. The opponent not able to get to a charge move. Not quite there yet, but they're getting close. Aria is going to be able to take out the Feraligatr. Still has shield advantage. The opponent going to bring in that Runerigus. Runerigus is not going to be able to farm down with the Shadow Claws in time. Aria is going to be able to do some damage. The opponent going to bring in that Togekiss. Wigglytuff going for the immediate Icy Wind. Says, nah, fam. I'm not going to let you get off that easy. Icy Wind is going to take a lot of health out of that Togekiss. They're debuffed, and in comes Mewtwo looking to just confusion down. The opponent immediately says, get me out of here. Me too, man. If I see Wigglytuff, I'm out of here immediately. Clefable in the next game on the lead. Refreshing. Drink some water, trainers, if you haven't today. Make sure you do. Stay hydrated, please, and thank you. I appreciate you. Lapras is going to be in this game trying to do something here. Moonblast is going to take the Lapras down to about half HP. Tons of energy available on this Lapras. Two Sparkling Arias are available here. The first is not going to get the shield. The opponent, however, going to have to make a choice. Are they going to let the Clefable get very, very low? Or are they going to shield this move? The opponent does opt to let it get low, and then in comes Mewtwo looking for that snipe. But unfortunately, the opponent going to be able to fire off a charge move. It is a Moonblast. That's going to do some damage, but Mewtwo is tanky, and the opponent has a Feraligatr. It's a non-shadow Feraligatr, so this Hydro Cannon probably doesn't quite knock out, and is going to actually allow the Mewtwo to get to a move. Going for one more confusion for that extra damage before the Psy Strike is launched here. Opponent has a choice to make. Are they going to shield it up? Yes, they are. The opponent down to Protect Shield, has energy, but Lapras would laugh at it if it had some HP. Unfortunately, it's getting pretty low. Now, you're going to have a choice to make. Lapras is going to come in, try to absorb that resisted energy, because at least it would be better here rather than going into the Wigglytuff. The opponent, however, over-farming by so much energy. Looking to go for a Hydro Cannon. The Feraligatr is going to be able to do a bit of damage, but not quite enough to take out Lapras. The opponent farming up even more energy. Wigglytuff looking at this Gator with those big, bulging, menacing, nightmarish eyes. And going to get a free charm through. The opponent looking to stay in this matchup, get both shields from the Wiggly. Brain is hoping that with this Wigglytuff, everything, all of his hopes and dreams are coming true, but the opponent able to fire off one very last second Hydro Cannon. And that's going to bring Wigglytuff down. And, it's Annihilate, dude. Oh no, that's like the one thing that we would have been able to see here. And the opponent gonna go for the shield here. Brain waits just that one turn to make sure he sees that counter animation before firing off the disarming voice. That's gonna do some damage. The opponent gonna be able to swap in, however. Oh, and they're not gonna be able to do anything about the Sparkling Aria, and that's gonna be game because there's no Pokemon on the opponent's side left. Oh, what a roller coaster that was. Getting into the next battle, Goodra has Thunder Punch. And that's going to be fired off quicker than this Lapras can get to the Ice Beam, and so Brain has to be careful. Now, if the opponent doesn't have Thunder Punch, then we're just chilling. The opponent has the Thunder Punch. Lapras in trouble. Gonna go for the Ice Beam. The Hype Ice Beam. Over farming here to see if the opponent wants to try and make a catch. They do not. Ice Beam is launched. Full power. Ice Beam going to get the first shield of the match here. Looking to fire into the Mewtwo. Let's see fire. So swap into the Mewtwo. It's like fire charge move. Swap into the Mewtwo. I don't know. Aqua Tail not going to do a whole lot here. The opponent going to bring in that Steelix, but Steelix is not going to appreciate how quickly Mewtwo gets to these super effective dynamic punches, and if it's not running Crunch, it's going to take quite a bit to get to that Earthquake. The opponent fires off a move immediately here. They could be on Crunch. What's the opponent got on the charge moves? They're just going for Psychic Fangs! Trainer, what do you have that... No! Don't you want, like, Breaking Swipers? Man... Psychic Fangs, the Mewtwo. Trainer, Dynamic Punch is going to do a lot of damage. In comes the Lapras, and is able to quickly reach the next Sparkling Aria. The opponent taken by surprise here. They're going to have to shield this or let go of that Steelix. Down a shield. They're in a bad spot here. The opponent getting pretty worn out, I would say, on the Goodra. Their health is low. And Wigglytuff, once again, says hello. Thunder Punch, still not enough to knock out the Lapras. Can Brain get to the Ice Beam? Not able to make it. Settles for the Sparkling Aria instead. Little diva walk. Y'all see that? In comes Wigglytuff. And Goodra is not having a good time. It's going to get charmed down here. The opponent goes for a last moment Aqua Tail, and then in the back they have a Florges, but they're up a shield, and they have Icy Wind. No! Wigglytuff is about to sweep. Going for the 2 shield. 1 shield down. Going for the Icy Wind just to put that Trailblaze back where it came from. Icy Wind is going to get the shield as well. The opponent in shambles at the moment because Floor just has to fire off a Moonblast. Wigglytuff is perfectly fine letting this charge move go. And they have Disarming Voice, which means Wigglytuff is going to be able to reach another charge move. We're going for damage and not debuffs. Going for the Disarming Voice. They're the same type attack. Bonus stab. Neutral damage. Disarming Voice is going to bring the floor just down low. The opponent trying to go for a charge move to make anything happen here. But unfortunately, the fast moves are adding up too much, and the confusion takes out the floor just, and that's going to be a good game well played. Getting into the next battle here, we're going to have Lapras on the lead here versus Belly of the Bolt, staring straight into its soul. Get out of this matchup. Oh, if they're on Sucker Punch, we're not... Okay, no, if they're on Sucker Punch, the Lapras is passable here. Not happy to be here, but it can do the job without getting spammed out of its face. Sparkling Aria is going to be able to do a little bit of damage. The opponent going to be looking to go for that Parabolic Charge, and Mewtwo swaps in, catching the energy. Very nice play. Youngster Brain now brings Corviknight onto the field with a lure of his Mewtwo. And Mewtwo's looking to go for these dynamic punches, trying to do some damage to the Corviknight where the psychic damage is resisted from that steel typing. It's not a lot. Corviknight very bulky in the Ultra League and has payback, which makes it a very strong answer to the Armored Mewtwo that has gotten extremely popular with the Confusion buff. Opponent, however, not going to be able to get to the Air Cutter or ups not to throw it. They're going to be going for a little bit extra energy, maybe. Dynamic Punch is going to be able to do quite a bit here, though, and Lapras swaps back in to get an energy head start on this Bellybolt, which now is going to have to contest with the extra damage of this Ice Beam, because it does do slightly more. If you're going to be doing one move and you want damage, Ice Beam is the way to go, but the opponent shields it! No! I am in shambles. You know, Brain is going to let this go. Oh, it's Wigglytuff time. Parabolic Charge is not going to be enough to get the knockout here, but Brain can go for another Ice Beam, and that might be close enough. Looking to fire off this Legacy Ice Beam. Not quite enough. Can Bellybolt farm down? Lapras is gonna... Oh, that's unfortunate, but now Wigglytuff gets ahead on energy, or Mewtwo could come in if it wants to, but I think at this point it's probably going to save the Mewtwo for the ability to catch a move. There it is. Full sentence right out in front of me, and I actually got it before it scattered itself to the winds. The opponent going to be getting a boost here, and now Brain's unfortunately going to have to start shielding these Air Cutters. They're getting boosts. Another boost? No! Bro, we just shield. We're going to be going for a shield farm down here. And now Corviknight looking to fire off another Air Cutter. Doing another freaking boost, bro! Oh my goodness!
Oh, baby, a triple!
A triple! Get another one. Get another one. Bro, I swear if they got another one. What do they got in the back? It's a combo! Oh, I lost it! Hit the wrong button! No! Oh, no. Dude, if there was any one thing that could have been in the back of that particular team to allow us to win that game, it was Como. Oh, I'm so sorry for the opponent. That is unfortunate. Oh, no, dude. I would hate to, dude, if I lost the game. That's exactly how I would lose that game. I feel the opponent's pain. That's why. Oh my god, that is a fat Bellybolt, dude. Look at that thing. Chungus! The true belly of the bolt, the king of them all. In this next game, Arya is going to be fired off here and looking to make another nice catch onto the Mewtwo. Parabolic Charge. This thing's big enough. It doesn't need another defense buff. Parabolic Charge is going to get the defense up here on the Bellybolt. The opponent looking to get some energy back, and in comes a Zygarde. Zygarde. Oh, how weak to Wigglytuff do you want to be, trainer? The opponent is going to have to respect these size strikes to a degree, though. They do add up, but these confusions, this pacing is quite nice. Opponent has the crunch, though. It's super effective, but it's not going to be enough to be able to knock out this Mewtwo, and Brain looking to go and save all that energy. And in comes the Wigglytuff. Does the opponent have the Earthquake? Brain has a choice to make. Are we shielding an Earthquake? It's just a crunch! No! And the opponent's got their own Mewtwo. Oh. That hurts. I think he just, like, cursed himself. No. You know, he's running Wigglytuff in the Ultra League. Let's be honest. That's where the karma comes to make even. That is where everything now is evened out. Brain, however, looking to make this Wigglytuff last a little bit longer, going for the Icy Wind to try and drop the attack of the opponent's Mewtwo. They're holding on to both shields, and I don't know if that's going to help him very much. The Icy Wind debuff is going to make this a nice little bit of survivability for the Wigglytuff. The opponent going to bring in the Parabolic Charging menace itself. Parabolic Charge is going to do a lot here. Lapras has to carry the rest of the team on its back. Can it get to 3 charge moves? No, I don't know, man. I don't know, but we're going to have to try. We're going to have to get a catch on the Mewtwo for sure. And then Brain's going to have to be, whatever's in the back is going to have to be weak AF to Lapras in some form or fashion. Parabolic Charge is bringing Lapras super low. And I don't know that these sucker punches are, I mean, the sucker punches are adding up so fast. I don't think that Youngster Brain's going to be able to make it out of this one. But he's, never mind, he's got Armored Mewtwo energy. I forgot. In comes the Mewtwo, firing off the Psy Strike. Can whatever's in the back. It's Zygarde. He just comes with the Zygarde. That's all we have to do here. The opponent bringing in the Zygarde. Unfortunately, one Dragon Tail is all it needs. And then they have the energy, and Lapras says, bye. We don't even get to see what their third was, man. That's unfortunate. Good game, though. Next game up, we got Dusknoir in the lead. This is okay for Lapras, as long as you don't take a Dynamic Punch, because those hurt, I've heard. Gonna be reaching. Oh, the opponent looking to go for a swap and a catch. Oh, he wants to so bad. He's like, I want to bring in this Wiggly so bad, dude. But deciding against it, Youngster Brain makes a play by bringing in the Mewtwo. The opponent goes for the Octazooka, but not able to get the debuff. And Brain overfarms by just a bit too much. Now susceptible to this debuff. The opponent going for the Outrage. They're full sending now. But Psy Strike is doubled up on before thrown, and that's going to be really nice for Mewtwo, because having 2 moves is going to make the opponent be put in a really awkward spot. They have to shield not once, but possibly twice now. Dusknoir comes in trying to get the snipe down, and it will get it. This Astonish is super effective. But guess what? We have a Wigglytuff. The opponent going for that move. It could be a Shadow Punch, and Brain is hoping so. That is a Shadow Punch. That is double resisted damage. And Dusknoir has met its match in the Ultra League. Now we're going to be going for the Dynamic Punch. The opponent, however, has enough energy for it, and they're going to be going to get that move off now. The opponent comes in with a Charizard, but in comes the Lapras. Lapras has so much energy. This Charizard is truly in for a bad time. Sparkling Arya gets the shield. The opponent stays in. They have Dragon Breath, and now the Arya is going to do a ton of damage. Is it one shot? No way, dude. No, it's pretty close, though. The opponent can't get to the charge move, and they immediately concede the game. Well played, Wigglytuff, doing Wigglytuff things. Slapras? Slapras? Oh, dude. Slapras? Oh, yes. Speaking of Slapras, we're going to be faced up against Torterra that has Mud Slap itself. And Lapras is going to be able to go for this Ice Beam. Slapras, dude, I love this woman so much. We're going to be going for the Ice Beam here. Opponent shields, respecting the damage. Mewtwo comes in. The opponent going to go for a charge move. This is a Sand Tomb. That's unfortunate. Oh no, don't be running Sand Tomb. Stop it. Run the Stone Edge, man. However, the opponent has an Empoleon come in. That drop in the defense is not going to make it so that they can do much more. They still have to two-shot. There's always two-shot with these Hydro Cannons, and now Mewtwo's going to be able to go for a bit more energy, fire off this Dynamic Punch. This is going to do a lot of damage to the Empoleon. Empoleon is not known for its bulk, and it nearly gets taken out. That's a lot of damage.
No, that's a lot of damage!
And Mewtwo's looking to let this next move go. This is going to be an easy farm down for Lapras here, which is going to be looking to do. Doesn't even need to shield to get it. The opponent does get to a charge move. However, this Drill Peck is going to do some parting damage to Lapras before the Empoleon gets farmed down. But this energy is going to go crazy because our Torterra coming back in. And now we have what we need. The pacing advantage is ours. Lapras goes for the Ice Beam. One shots! Oh, baby! And in comes the Dragonite! Oh no, Wigglytuff, you menace. In the next game, Regidrago on the lead here. This is a positive lead for Lapras because of Ice Beam. However, Regidrago with the increase... Never mind, they have Breaking Swipe. All right, they're still running Breaking Swipe. Most of them these days I see run Hyper Beam and Dragon Energy because of that increased pacing. Oh, dude, that is just... Look, it's Dragon Double Steel. It makes sense, and it's good that we baited this out here instead of letting it see the Wigglytuff. However, this just hurts, man. Opponent has Doom Desires for days here. They're going to probably have two at this point. Now they're going to be looking to go for another charge move. Mewtwo's going to be going first, though. Youngster Brain's going to be firing off this Dynamic Punch. The Mewtwo trying to make its mark in this matchup. Now going to be looking to go for another. Can we survive the Doom Desire? I believe we have enough HP to do so, but Brain looking to make more plays with this Mewtwo in this game, wanting to guarantee this Dynamic Punch gets thrown here. Opponent gonna have to let it go. They do. They have a shield advantage still, and Brain has to deal with this Regidrago. However, Wigglytuff, now that we know it's on Breaking Swipe and it has to have Dragon Energy, oh baby, this Wigglytuff is about to feast, and in it comes the opponent. However, has Empoleon. They have core broken us just back. Wigglytuff suddenly retreats into its Pokeball in absolute fear, the fear of Arceus itself. The opponent shielding up the Empoleon because they kind of have to. They have to shield something. Drill Peck is going to be able to take quite a bit of damage out of this Lapras, about half of what it has left. And Lapras is going to be looking to fire off a Sparkling Aria. Maybe he can get the second shield, who knows. But Empoleon, again, not known for its bulk. But in the Ultra League, everything's bulky, and it's not going to do very much damage. Lapras has to make it happen in this matchup. Drill Peck is going to be able to take us out from here, so the shield is forced, and now Lapras is going to be looking to go for another Aria. Can we catch a Drill Peck? Can we catch a Drill Peck? I feel like it's coming. In comes the Wigglytuff to catch the Drill Peck. The opponent firing it off all too happily, but now is going to be able to take advantage of this Wigglytuff just sitting in this matchup. However, if they... No, they don't have... They have the energy for another move. Wigglytuff was so close, it could have taken it out. The Hydro Cannon's going to be able to get the knockout here. Opponent is bringing the Regidrago. They win CMP, and everything is all now over. And Lapras, unfortunately, not able to hang on. Gonna go into the next game here. Well played. Happened again. Brain shot off mid-sentence. Corviknight in the next game. Even though the Psy Waves are resisted, this is mostly a positive matchup for Lapras because those Sparkling Arias are so efficient, and Ice Beam's still neutral that it has ways, and the opponent just kind of has to go for payback or just start spamming Air Cutters, which really don't do damage unless the opponent gets boost. Bro, what is with all the Corviknight boosts today? Come on, man. That's like the 5th boost out of 6 Air Cutters today. Opponent looking to fire off another one. I swear if they get another boost, dude. Okay, we're safe from this one. Gonna be going for the Ice Beam, does slightly more damage. I'm not sure. I don't think 2 Arias are enough from here, so Ice Beam, 2 Ice Beams is definitely the way to go. Or at least put the opponent down with 1 Ice Beam and then force them to start shielding the Arias if they want to keep the Corviknight around. The opponent looking to go for a payback, full sending that damage. Can Lapras get to the move just in time with 1 HP? And all of Youngster Brain's dreams held fast. able to get that charge move off, and then in comes Mewtwo to neutralize the energy on the Corviknight. The opponent thinking about it, not sure what to bring in, and they decide to bring in an Empoleon, and unfortunately, trainers, that is not going to be a solid answer because Dynamic Punch is such lethal-looking damage. Empoleon going to be looking to get a move off here, but Mewtwo strikes first and strikes back indeed. Dynamic Punch is going to do hefty damage. The opponent puts a Protect Shield, and now the next Dynamic Punch has reached the opponent. Looks to CMP tie the Mewtwo, able to win that charge attack priority tie. The opponent gets the Hydro Cannon, the first shield, and now Mewtwo firing back with this Dynamic Punch. Kind of have to, because Wigglytuff in the back is not going to be happy to see this. And now Brain's going to have to go for another Dynamic Punch. Going to have to put up a second shield. It's all on the back of Wigglytuff. It's ABA Steel, surely. There's something... Oh, yes, there is! Oh, baby! Wigglytuff.
Got him!
Wigglytuff, stop it. Stop it, man. He's letting him have a move! Come on, man! Stop playing with your food! Or just doesn't want to give the opponent any farm, so intentionally lets the Wigglytuff get as low as humanly possible. Goes for... Never mind, that was a smart play. I am the fool. I did not see the vision. Opponent gets the farm down, but Mewtwo has the move, and as long as the opponent didn't have the energy for that charge move, Youngster Brain could secure victory. Dynamic Punch is going to get it, and... I'm going to sound off some air horns for some really nice plays, man. Well played. Wigglytuff in the back. Oh, very glad to see this in the lead. Galarian Weezing is not having a good time against Lapras. These Psywaves add up so fast, and Mewtwo in the back as well. Just keep this away from the Wigglytuff. The opponent looking to go for a charge move here. That's going to be a sludge, some neutral damage. Heavy, not heavy hitting, but definitely a hefty amount from a Shadow is going to put a dent in the Lapras. Now Brain's going to be looking to fire off the Sparkling Aria. Not really sure what to do here, or is intentionally staying in with the Lapras to try to get switch advantage and keep Mewtwo locked and loaded on the opponent's Galarian Weezing. And with a shield advantage, I'm pretty sure that that's his goal, because he knows he can do it. And now the opponent going to go for that Hydro Cannon. Lapras not yet low enough that it needs to worry. However, now here comes the play. The genius is showing, and he's going for the shield here. Hydro Cannon is going to be able to keep the Lapras up for a little bit longer, and we're going for an Ice Beam here just in case it's not enough. Completely confident that we need to get this in, and the opponent's not going to shield. The opponent does let that go. In comes the Weezing, and unfortunately, Lapras is going to be able to make it to the Aria for the opponent, unfortunately. Oh, that's going to be some damage. The opponent forced to put up that Protect Shield, and now they're going to have a Mewtwo, which is going to be doing a lot of damage with the Confusions, and that's a Shadow Galarian Weezing. Those are going to do a lot. The opponent going for the Brutal Swing. It's super effective, but so are these Confusions, and they are shredding. The opponent throws on alignment, unfortunately, giving the Mewtwo a full Confusion of damage and energy, and the opponent going to get farmed down. What is in the back? That's a Drifblim. Oh, Wiggly. Oh, buddy. No. Got him! Oh no! The Wigglytuff! It's destroying this poor Drifblim. The opponent's still playing it out though. Oh, bless them. They're going to be looking to take this debuffed Icy Wind. It's the battle of the Icy Winders, except unfortunately Drifblim just not going to be able to do anything in this matchup, man. This is the stuff that I would do. Like, I'd save 2 shields to sweep with Drifblim, and then there's a Wigglytuff in front of me, man. That's just the way that things go for me. So I unfortunately feel the pain of these opponents, but some really fun games from Youngster Brain. Again, if I didn't mention it earlier, you can send in some shoutcasts if you like to the channel for shoutcasting. If you like what I do, I like to feature everybody else's gameplay on my channel. It's just cool to be able to do that, man. It's just nice to be able to use my platform to promote the community's gameplay. I love it. And all the same, thank you, Brain, for sending those in. Again, as I cut myself off mid-sentence, if you'd like to send in your games, there's a Google form in the pinned comment description down below. You can fill out, send in the gameplays. I'd like to take a look at them and see if I can get them on the channel. That's going to do it for me for today, guys. Thank you, as always, for watching. Hope you enjoyed the spice today, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.